Hi, everyone. My name is Kimberly Tucker, and I am the owner of I Do Weddings Plus Events. I am a certified wedding planner and ambassador through the Bridal Society, the leading wedding planner certification program in the world and the largest membership of certified wedding planners and venues. We at the Bridal Society know how important hiring an educated wedding planner or coordinator is. The Bridal Society is a wedding planner lifestyle membership and certificate program focused on raising the standards in the industry and ensuring that all our couples have the opportunity to have the wedding day of their dreams. So today I am talking to the fabulous Katy Cook. She is the event manager at Glen Erin Golf Club. Welcome, Katy.
Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you very much. Glad to be here. Good.
Fantastic. Tell me about you and your company.
Yes, so I am the event coordinator, marketing manager at Glen Erin Golf Club. We are located in Janesville, Wisconsin, so a little ways from Kimberley. But we are a golf course here. We have 18 holes. We just built a brand new banquet facility in July of 2019. So I helped from the ground up, basically, creating the contracts, everything, doing the ordering. And then my job here then is to keep track of social media, post and interact and all of that on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, still getting used to that. And then of course I book and cook the weddings and the corporate events that we have here. We have social events, everything but weddings are my passion. So when someone books here, they get a coordinator already, but they are able, obviously, to hire an outside wedding planner as well, which we will go over actually in the questions. But so that's my job. I kind of do a little bit of everything here, manage the building. But then on property, we also have a Cursing Stone pub, which is just a small bar and grill, well known for our Friday fish fries. And then the golf shop is also up there. So it's a nice little bit of everything here.
Yeah, I guess your job is never boring. It's something new, something different every day, right?
Every day.
Every day. What inspired you to enter into the wedding industry?
So that was actually through my advisor in college. So I went into college knowing I wanted to major in business and communications, but I didn't know what I wanted to do with that because I knew that would open a lot of doors. I did several internships in the event world, so it hooked me. But my advisor sat me down one day and was like, well, what do you like? Like, what do you like to do? And of course, college Katy's like, well, I like to party and I like to help people. Like, I don't know, what can you do with that? And she literally said, have you thought about event planning? And I was like, that sounds fun. You get to attend events, and help people and whatever. So I did a ton of internships. I walked out of college with 4 internships, all in the event industry world. So I was planning international conferences. I was doing weddings. Like, I had a great experience with internships in college. And that is what inspired me and knew that I loved events and specifically weddings. Like, passionate about weddings, but all events, obviously, I do here. So,
Katy, the more I talk to you, the more I get to know you. That is absolutely so cool and so inspiring. Just to hear that with the college history, that's pretty awesome. What is something you wish you would have known when you began your career?
This is a tough one. I have been trying to rack my brain on that, but I think I've come up with, in the beginning, I wish I would have known that the work will be there tomorrow. That it will always be there tomorrow, and balancing work and life, like your personal life, is a struggle in this industry because you get so consumed with your email on your phone, with your social media, posting and posting and posting and trying to interact. And you have all these seminars that are like, you need to be doing this. If you're not, you're missing out. And I'm like, so much going on to coordinate and everything. So I think my takeaway would be, the work will be there tomorrow, because I've learned that the hard way.
Katy, I'm still learning that.
I know, me too. But it's like, it's hard to put down. It's hard to step away.
Well, on that same note, what do you think is one common myth about your profession that you want to debunk?
that it's all about being cute and being Jennifer Lopez in that movie, because it is not that. The cute little earpiece, the cute little outfits, like, yes, it's a part of it, but that is like the biggest thing. Like, it is not all rainbows and sunshine as people think, and just walking around with a clipboard and telling people what to do. Not the case. Like, there's so much more, and it's hard. It's hard work.
What is the best compliment that you've ever received regarding your work?
I had one immediately come to mind when you asked me that, and that is, I had a review on the Knot, and I worked with this couple who I absolutely loved, and she had told me in that review, and then afterwards when I saw her, that she wishes that I would have been her maid of honor. And that was just like, I don't know, such like a humbling thing, because I'm like, I didn't know you before this, and in the 2 years I've been working with you, like, we formed that bond that she felt comfortable enough that I would be standing with her in her wedding. That was by far the best compliment ever.
Yeah, it's, you know, we work with them for so long, and for, you know, so much time is invested in them that they become friends, and some of them, honestly, they become family.
Yeah. Yep.
It's just the way it is in this industry. It's just such a blessing. So I totally understand that. What a great compliment for her to want to stand up next to her. That's
I know. I was like, oh, that's so sweet. And we actually still keep in touch today. So yeah, it's so humbling.
That's fantastic. How many weddings do you do a year?
We do, it's kind of weird where we're at now, because we opened in 2019 here at the Celtic House.
During the pandemic.
Had the pandemic. So we haven't had a full normal year. So all of those weddings last year are this year. So I would say in 2019, before everything stopped, we did about 25, which is actually pretty good from July to December. But then the last year, nothing. And then this year, I think we're in the 20-30 range, but obviously would like to be in the 40 range for weddings here. So we have a goal. We're just not there yet.
Okay, fantastic. Out of the number of weddings that you do, you know, the year, how many of them would you say that they have hired a certified planner or brought in, you know, a planner?
Very few. And that is because at the venue here, I'm part of the package as a coordinator, but there is a big difference between a wedding planner and a venue coordinator in the fact that I'm not helping them with their invitations. I'm not printing off the stuff for them. I'm not inviting their guests and going through that list with them. But I do a lot of their work as well. So like, we go over the timeline together. We do several planning meetings together. I help them with their vendors. I don't book their vendors for them, but I help them set up meetings with them and such like that. I will go over the seating chart with them and order rental items, linens, like whatever they are envisioning, I get quotes for. So it's hard for me to, and I'm also a certified wedding planner myself. So I have that background. So I try to help them save where they can. However, some people will hire out for those things that they just don't want to deal with. And I won't deal with that kind, like the guest list and all of that. So I would say very few a year, honestly, 1 to 2 a year will hire an outside coordinator.
Okay.
And I have one actually coming up. We just met with her today, actually, me and Jordan. And with her, I'm not sure what she was doing that I wasn't doing. So I was just kind of curious. I don't know if it was, worth it for the client, because we include that in our rental fee here. I'm included. So I try to be all those things other than guest list and invites.
Yeah, and I think it's different per venue because, you know, some venues, they have the coordinators that are, you know, like the hotel coordinators, but they just do limited things. Like the bride has guest book or memory table or centerpieces. Some of the venues, they won't even put that stuff out for them. They make them bring in their own coordinator for that. So the hotel venues will only coordinate like the table, the linens, the china, their food, their bar. Outside of that, it's up to the couple to take care of.
Yeah. And in those cases, I always recommend in this area, we're the only place that offers like what I do. So I always recommend if you're getting married at a barn or you're at this venue downtown that doesn't have a coordinator, you need a wedding planner.
Yeah.
And I'm all for wedding planners. It's just, I feel like I am kind of that person here at my venue, but most venues aren't like that. I just wanted to provide something here that most venues didn't.
Yeah. Totally get that. Totally understand that. Can you tell me why you think that working weddings can you tell me why you think that couples maybe prefer, or the venues would prefer, a certified wedding planner versus, a hobbyist or somebody just doing this?
Because they're the expert and they do it for a living and they know what they're doing. And I always say, you get what you pay for. You get what you pay for. I can't stress that enough. If you just have a friend that doesn't do this and you just want her getting people to go wherever, it's going to be a hot mess. I mean, herding cats, it's ridiculous. But if you have someone that does this, they're going to point out things that the bride would never think of. That could be a potential issue that you're now getting ahead of and being proactive.
True.
And there's just so many things that the coordinator is there as your person that day of. So many things that they do that the bride never even realizes to make that day go smooth. Yeah. And there's so many things that you can break down with a couple of why. There's a million things I could go on all day of why a coordinator is, and I will always promote for anybody, because there's just so much the day of that they're busy doing that they can't then focus on their guests and the things that need to get done for that wedding to make it run smoothly. Yeah. And the last thing you want to be doing as a bride or groom or whoever on your wedding day is hurting people, making them go here, making them go there, seating them for dinner. Shouldn't be their job.
Yeah, it shouldn't be their job. They should be enjoying their wedding.
Yes,
absolutely. So this next question might be a little more challenging for you because you are the coordinator at your venue, but can you describe maybe a mishap that has taken place where a wedding planner was not hired? So I guess I need to twist that question a little bit for you. Can you think of any mishaps that have happened outside of your coordination roles where they should have had a planner maybe help them, whether wrong time on the invitations, or something?
I was actually just going to say that wrong time and address on invitation happened one time. So I worked at the public museum before this, and I was a catering manager in downtown Milwaukee. So I wasn't like the planner, coordinator, whatever for the weddings. So at the wedding, we had seen the invitation because someone brought it with them, and it was the wrong address, which was right down the street. And then also the timing was an hour off. So people were arriving an hour late when cocktail hour should have been starting. So ever since that day, someone should have caught that, whether it was mom or dad or they didn't have a coordinator, so whatever. But ever since then, we asked every couple to provide us with their invitation ahead of time. And not because I don't know, we just didn't want that to happen again, and the addresses downtown Milwaukee are kind of wonky. So I get why it happened, but it was a mess and people were an hour late. And they finally figured out, it says the public museum, but this address was it the police station or something is right next door. So they knew, but.
Katy, that is such a, when something happens, you never forget it. We always fix it and move forward. We know what to do, so now you always ask about the wedding invitation and you want a copy of it. And you just made little light bulbs go off for me, because in all these years, I've never asked for one. And you know what? That happened to me and one of my brides. Because I don't always plan everything. Sometimes I'm just a month of coordinator, so the invitations have already been sent out. They're already in people's hands and it's too late at that point. You can still fix it at that point, but that is a little light bulb moment for me. So I like that.
Yeah. And it's just an extra set of eyes, because a lot of brides will maybe customize their own or design their own. And they've been looking at it over and over and over and over again. And it's their baby, which is fine. But there's little things that they may not even realize is wrong with it.
Yeah.
Because, whatever, they designed it. And so, yeah, I always like to get a copy of it or just like send me a photo of it just so I can see it. And
Yeah,
make
I think
sure
brilliant.
everything's
Brilliant.
correct.
Brilliant. Can you think of a time when, you're a certified wedding planner. So can you think of a time that, maybe you saved the day? One of your couples.
I feel like we're always saving the day, always putting out fires. Let's see. There was one that comes to my mind. It's a very simple one, but there at my last job, I was working this wedding where literally 5 minutes before she was to walk down the aisle, she was a larger bust woman, and it was a strapless dress, right? Well, one of the sides completely came open and like fully ripped. And 5 minutes before, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. So I went and tried to like get her to come out to the ceremony spot. And she's like, I can't go out there right now. I'm hanging out. And she's like, what do I do? And she didn't have a coordinator that day, but I'm just like, okay, this is what we're going to do. So safety pin, safety pin, safety pin. I use like one of those, which now I always carry, sewing kits. And I just used a ton of the white, and I'm not a sewer, but I was like, we're just going to make this work, hid the pins. And it took about 15, 20 minutes, but they're on her time. So it's not like they're going to start without her. So saved the day on that one, but it didn't, if you looked real closely, it didn't look the best, but nobody knew because it was under her arm. So it was good.
And they don't know what they don't know, right? So they don't know to look there.
Correct. And so,
so that's all you could see.
Yes. I'm just like, oh my gosh, it was fine though. And it worked out. We were just 20 minutes late is all.
Fantastic. All right. Do you wish all couples hired a certified wedding planner?
Yes. Whether it's included in your venue or not. Yes. Your wedding will be stress-free, more stress-free. And there's so many things, if it's your first time getting married, that you don't know, that you don't think of. True. You don't know what you don't know. And that's what certified wedding planners are there to guide you through and help with.
Yeah. Katy, this has absolutely just been terrific. Thank you so much for joining me today. I totally appreciate it, Katy. I appreciate you taking the time out. If you're listening today and you're interested in earning your certification in wedding planning, the Bridal Society is the very best decision you could ever make. Mm-hmm. Members of this organization feel more like family than colleagues. The Bridal Society provides lifetime free membership once you complete your certification, which includes countless benefits. You can visit us at www.thebridalsociety.com for more information. And if you'd like to receive an exclusive discount code, just message me. Again, my name is Kimberly Tucker, owner of I Do Weddings Plus Events. Join me next time when I'll be talking to another fantastic wedding professional. Thank you, Katy.
Thank you, Kimberly. Appreciate it.